and our speakers for domestic violence awareness and hear their stories and what they've been through, and then I'll be back right after that.
Hi, my name is Leslie. I'm a domestic violence survivor. I started taking self-defense classes with Holly, and now I feel more self-aware. I'm now married to my best friend and doing my best to overcome my PTSD. If you or someone you may know or experience domestic violence, get help now. It does not get any better. I am so glad I got out, even in the times I thought there was no hope.
Hi, I'm Alicia Caruso and I am an abuse survivor. Before I became a sober alcoholic, I was attacked 4 different times by 4 different men while drunk. Throughout my life, this kept me in and out of hospitals for depression, and I even had shock treatments. When I started sharing about my experiences of abuse with other women, I finally started finding my voice. I still felt like a target even though I was sober. My first step was finding Holly's Warrior Defenders group and taking self-defense classes that gave me more self-confidence. After that, I started attending an abuse recovery group called Her Journey that Holly also recommended. I want other women to know that any abuse is never her fault. Until I heard that statement told to me by a dear friend, I was still locked into my shame and guilt for many years, feeling like it was my fault. After my friend said that to me, I started to slowly heal. I was eventually able to talk about it publicly at a women's ministry called The Women at the Well. Once I shared there, the floodgates were opened and I felt like I was totally healed. I was even able to share my story in a book recently published by the Women at the Well called Stories of Hope. The title of my story is On the Other Side of Shame. I couldn't have done it without God in my life. He just kept nudging me along to recovery, and eventually I became a survivor, then a conqueror of my past. I want other women to know that as long as I didn't share what had happened to me, I stayed as sick as my secrets.
My name is Maddie. I am a survivor of domestic violence, and as a child, I want to share my hope for others. Even though there seems to be times where you have no hope or way out, always believe in yourself, because I know firsthand how terrifying it is even to witness it being done. I saw it happen to my mom, so I made a very important phone call while being scared. There is always hope, and if you make a plan, you can get out.
My name is Crystal. I am a survivor of narcissistic abuse. For 20 years, I was abused physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, sexually. I was lied about. I was made to look like a fool. I was always inferior to him. I finally found the courage to leave him after 22 years. He made me feel trapped for all these years. I thought he had turned everyone against me. I thought I was alone. I finally left. I was trying to find freedom. I was grasping in every direction. The only thing that helped me was going to self-help groups, reading self-help books, trying to understand narcissism, trying to understand why he was the way he was. This was part of my journey. I just had to know. From my journey, I realized that everything I tried to do was the right thing. Everything I did in my marriage was the right thing. I can go to sleep tonight with no regrets, knowing that I survived the most horrible part of my life, and it was worth it. I'm still single, but I'm more happy now than I've ever been. I encourage you to reach out and get all the help you can get. And no, you are not that person they have created in their mind.
My name is Christina Baxter, and I am a survivor of domestic violence. And I wanted to get on and encourage anybody that is in a abusive relationship, whether that's a physical abusive or mentally abusive. And most times before it's even physical abusive, it's mental. And so I just wanted to encourage you to seek help, that there are people out here that have been through it, that there are people who are out here that is ready and willing to help and be there for you. And I also wanted to remind you that you are loved, you are worthy, you are important, and you are strong. And I also want to give encouragement to family members or friends that have somebody in an abusive relationship, that please be patient and understand that they are dealing with a mental abuse and that they may go back a couple of times. They may not see the value the first time or the second time, but be a safe place. Be somebody that they can run to in the midst of the bad days and the midst of the good days. Be that one person that they can come to and feel safe and express exactly what's going on. Silence is the worst enemy when it comes to domestic violence. So allow them to speak, allow them to have a voice, allow them to be heard and to be loved.
I am a domestic violence survivor of over a decade. I was married to an airline pilot and thought I had the best life ever. After the first 3 years, things became more strange and unsettling. The controlling and possessiveness grew worse. Wow, what a ride and awakening I was facing. Who would have thought your husband would have controlled you from having friends and family over to the once independent woman he married to now dictating your every move after? Being told you're not good enough and you'll never leave to the first slap and controlling conversation you will ever have after. To only realize you are in too deep, that you have no other choice but to stay. Ladies, you have a voice and you matter. You can leave just as I did. Almost 6 years later, and I'm more free now than I ever have. I can breathe. I still have my voice. I'm still alive because I'm that survivor of domestic violence.
Hi, my name is Serena Bowman, and I am a youth and adult domestic violence advocate. I want to thank Holly D. Reese from Empower Strikes Back and WQEE Key Radio with Ryan for bringing me on here today. I also come out to children's events and teach to speak up for themselves starting at an early age. It's very important that children recognize the word no. Even though October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, we still need to bring awareness to all communities every day. Domestic violence causes financial strain, mental health issues, broken family bonds, and can end tragically. I've made it my personal mission to advocate for stricter laws. Please join myself and others on this plight for justice. Please remember, there is help for you or someone you may know going through this. I say let's speak up for those who have been silenced. Please share this number everywhere on all social media platforms. This is the hotline number. You can call 1-800-799-SAFE. Again, 1-800-799-SAFE or 1-800-799-7233. Remember, your voice will always matter, and chains are not always visible.
Those are powerful messages from survivors, and I'm very, very proud of every single one of them and every one of you who are out there listening who have gone through domestic violence as a survivor. As a survivor today, I want to say you are not alone. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. You can be your own hero. Check us out at warriordefenders.com. Be a survivor. Bring awareness. Break the silence to domestic violence. Thank you for joining us for our show today.